Hello mortals! You may have heard some news recently about the upcoming Earth Day, but don't let that influence your decision to watch this video. Well, since we're talking about Earth, why not take a quick trip through the history of life on our dear old planet? 4.5 billion years ago, Earth was a young and restless planet. Its surface molten, volcanoes spewing gases, and oceans just beginning to form under violent lightning storms. But amidst the chaos, something incredible was happening. Simple molecules were combining into more complex organic compounds, laying the foundation for life as we know it. 2. The chemistry of life. In this primordial soup of an ocean, lightning cracked and seared amino acids into existence. The famous Miller-Urey experiment demonstrated how these conditions could spark the building blocks of life. From these chemicals, the first self-replicating systems emerged. Tiny protocells that would eventually evolve into the first bacteria. 3. The first microbial world. For billions of years, Earth was a microbial world. Tiny single-celled organisms like bacteria and archaea thrived in the oceans and around deep-sea vents. They were simple, yet remarkably efficient at surviving in every environment imaginable. 4. Oxygen revolution. Then came the cyanobacteria, photosynthetic bacteria that began releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. This changed everything. The great oxidation event triggered by these microscopic organisms led to the formation of Earth's ozone layer, which protected life from the sun's harmful rays. It also paved the way for larger, more complex life forms to flourish. The Cambrian explosion. Around 541 million years ago, during the Cambrian explosion, most of the major animal groups we know today appeared in what geologists call a blink of an eye. Suddenly, our oceans teemed with bizarre creatures like trilobites and the terrifying anomalocaris. The first chordates also emerged during this time, giving rise to the vertebrates. Colonizing the land. Over the next few million years, primitive plants colonized the land, their roots anchoring them against erosion, and their leaves releasing oxygen into the air. Soon, arthropods, the first terrestrial vertebrates, followed, slithering, crawling and flying into a world that was still largely unexplored. Amphibians eventually made their way onto land as well, taking the first steps towards our own terrestrial reign. 7. The Age of Dinosaurs. For over 150 million years, dinosaurs roamed Earth. From the mighty T-Rex to the gentle giants, these reptiles dominated almost every ecosystem on the planet. Marine reptiles ruled the oceans while mammals, small and furry, scurried around their feet, waiting for their turn to shine. 8. Mass extinction. But then it happened. The mass extinction that you've probably heard about. An asteroid about 6 miles wide slammed into Earth near today's Yucatan Peninsula. It was called Chicxulub, and it brought an end to the age of dinosaurs. Plumes of dust shot into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and cooling the planet. Forests fell silent, and the age of dinosaurs came to an end. New opportunities. But amidst the dust clouds and ecological upheaval, new opportunities arose. Small mammals, previously overshadowed by their larger reptilian counterparts, found themselves in an empty world ready for the taking. Within a few million years, they diversified and gave rise to the first primates. Among them were the early hominins, the ancestors of modern humans. These apes began to walk upright on the savannas of Africa, using tools and adapting to a changing world. As they migrated across the globe, they mastered language, developed complex cultures, and eventually gave rise to Homo sapiens, our species. About 200,000 years ago, we spread across the continents, becoming the most adaptable and technologically advanced species on the planet. We built cities, developed agriculture, and ultimately reshaped Earth in our own image. It's the legacy of life. From that first cell that emerged from a primordial soup to the thinking species that explores the cosmos, life has come a long way on Earth. Every living thing, from the smallest microbe to the largest whale, is part of this grand story written by evolution. As we look back on the history of life on Earth, we can't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. From the earliest cells to the dinosaurs to the rise of humans, each era is a testament to the power of adaptation and the tenacity of life itself. The Earth has endured so much: volcanic eruptions, asteroid impacts, ice ages, and more. And through it all, life has found a way to not only survive but thrive. Hey, want to get better at science?